Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Anyagang Mtwajo Chosen. My name is Joy Chosen Kovac. I'm so happy to be talking to you as always. How are you doing? How have you been? What have you been up to? Oh my god. You know, a day can be bad, but there's a way God turns things out for your good. Romans 8:28. There's a way God turns things out for your good. As you see that sun, it was gray, as if it was even going to rain, and then boom, the sun just came up. So things may not be looking up for you now. Things may seem to be worse. You don't even want to talk about those things, but things will look up. You know, if you look up, you get up. If you look up, you get up. And I mean, if you look up to God, if you focus on God, like, yeah, it may be a rare talk for some of you, but you need God in your life. You need God in your lives. You can't sustain yourself. You can't operate when you don't have a purpose. Like, God created you for a purpose, and He knows why He created you. He knows how you are supposed to be operating, you know. So you always have to go back to the beginner and the finisher of your faith, of your life. If He brought you here on earth, you got to believe in Him and then find out what you are here to do. Even when it seems like you aren't of any purpose at the moment, that is not the case for all your life. You're still here for a reason. Even if you don't see that reason now, it doesn't mean that that reason is not there. Even if you feel like you are not impacting any life in any way, it doesn't mean you're actually not impacting any life. You know, some days feel like, why am I here? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Why was I produced? Like, you ask yourself a lot of questions. But I'm here to tell you, you are here for a reason. And there's a purpose why you're here. And there's a reason why God created you in specific, in a particular, you. Why me? Why don't you? Why don't you? All the things that you go through, you're not supposed to just go through those things. You're supposed to grow through them. It is funny that small things teach us about very vivid things in life. I was playing a certain game. My husband was teaching me how to play a PlayStation, you know, and I was playing a certain game, and I had to collect coins. But then I reached when there are a lot of coins, but those coins were in the store. So I had to go through the store so that I collect the coins. And after the storm, like, I wish I could just show you this. Okay. After the storm, like, because the coins were in the storm. After the storm like this, and I had collected all my coins, I went into a very beautiful winter-like environment, you know, weather. But if I had feared to enter and go through the storm, I wouldn't have collected the coins I collected, and I wouldn't have gotten to the beautiful environment. So that is why many people say that beautiful things are on the other side of fear. So what are you fearing now? What are you fearing from doing it? What are you hesitating? What are you hesitant on? What is that thing that you want to go for but you're hesitant? Yes, that is the one. You want to go for something but you're hesitant to do it. Not because you can't, it's just in your head, you know, because the devil plays with our minds. An empty tin is the devil's workshop. Empty head, devil's workshop. The devil plays with your mind and he makes you think you will mount out up to nothing. But he knows the real you, but he just plays with your mind, and you also end up believing what the devil says about you. You're not enough. You're not good enough. You can't be this, you can't be that, you can't be that. But God says you can be all those things, and you can do all those things through Christ who strengthens you. So if you have Christ in your life, then why not? Believe. Believe. You have a purpose. There's a reason why you're created. So stop being okay with not being okay. It is not okay. But you make it seem like it is okay not to be okay. Isn't that funny even? It is not okay not to be okay. So stop being okay with not being okay. It is not okay. It is not. So don't be okay with not being okay, because it is not cool at all. Find yourself, find your life, find your purpose. That is the reason why God created you, and you in particular. Don't wake up and think that someone else has to do what you're supposed to do, or someone else can be like you. No one can be like you, even when they duplicate you or copycat or whatever, or photocopy or whatever it may be. No one can do the things you can do the way you can do them. However much maybe they're twins, or because sometimes when we are mentored, we tend to be like the people that mentor us, like so much, because you want to be like this person. But however much you do that, you can never be that person. So in the same way, you can't be that other person. No one can be like you. So why don't you wake up today and do what you is supposed to do? Embrace yourself, love yourself, love that thing that God put in your heart, and go out there and be a star. Go and shine. The Bible says you can't light a candle and then you cover it in the basket. Those things don't work here. So wake up, go out and light up the candle and let the world see. Like, shine. Don't shrink.